Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera everyone. So let's continue our discussion on the 11.1 monohybrid inheritance, part 2 for today. Alright, so do you still remember what is a monohybrid inheritance? Okay, monohybrid inheritance is involve the inheritance of the one characteristics that controlled by a gene. Right, mono refer to the one, one characteristics, the inheritance that involve one characteristics only. Okay, let's go to the learning standard that you are going to cover for today. Okay, differentiate terms related to the inheritance. So these are referred to the terms that you have to understand, that related to inheritance. And then number 2, construct monohybrid cross diagram. You have to construct monohybrid cross diagram or the schematic diagram of the monohybrid cross. And then number 3, determine the genotype and phenotype ratios of filial generations in the monohybrid cross. Okay, so these 3 learning standards that you have to cover for today. Okay, let's go to the terms related to the inheritance. Okay, so terms, first terms, genes and alleles. Genes and alleles. Then phenotypes and genotypes. Phenotypes and genotypes. Make sure you can pronounce the terms correctly and also spell it correctly. Phenotypes, genotypes. And characteristics and the traits. Dominant alleles and recessive alleles. Okay, dominant traits and recessive traits. Okay, homozygotes and the heterozygotes. Okay, purebreds and hybrids. Okay, parental generations and filial generation. So let's go. We discuss what is the meaning of the terms, of all the terms. Make sure you can understand what is the meaning of the terms and you can apply the terms, right? Okay, we go to the characteristics and the traits. Okay, characteristics and traits. Okay, what is the characteristics in that involved in the inheritance? So characteristics refer to the heritable feature. A heritable feature. Ciri-ciri yang boleh diwarisi. Okay, for example, height, eye color, blood group. Alright, okay, that is referred to the heritable feature, characteristics, Okay, and then we go to the traits, traits. So what is a trait? Okay, each variation of the specific characteristics, each variation of the specific characteristics or the variation of the characteristic. For example, if the characteristic is the height, so the trait, the contrasting trait of the height is tall and or short. Tall or short. So tall or short is a trait for the characteristics. So trait refer to the each variation of the specific characteristics. If for the seed color of the pea, of the pea plant. Okay, do you still remember the seed color? The characteristic is a seed color. And what is the trait of the seed color? So the trait of the seed color is yellow and green, right? Okay, so that is referred to example of the trait. Right, so this is referred to the characteristics. For example, seed color. So the trait, okay, is referred to the yellow seed and green seed. So if the characteristic is a height, so the trait that is referred to the tall or short. Okay. So genes and alleles. Okay, what is gene? What is allele? Okay, gene. The basic unit of inheritance, which consists of a DNA segment located on a specific locus on a chromosome. Okay, that is referred to the gene. It is the basic unit of inheritance. Yeah? Okay, basic unit of inheritance that consists of the DNA segment. So gene actually is a DNA segment. Yeah, DNA segment that located on the specific locus on the chromosome. Okay, where is the gene? Gene is located on the chromosome. Yeah, in the specific locus. Okay, so a gene controls a specific characters in an organism. Okay, yeah, so gene refer to the genetic material, that controls a specific characters. Yeah, or in other words, the gene control the characteristics in organism. Yeah, the gene. Right. Allele. Okay, what is allele? Allele refer to the an alternative form of a gene for a specific trait that is located on the same locus of a pair of homologous chromosomes. Okay, later we will look at the example, right? So, allele. What is an allele? Allele refer to the alternative form of a gene. That is the alternative form of a gene, right? Okay, for a specific trait. Alright, so that's refer to the gene and allele. Okay, let's go to the locus. Okay, locus. Yeah, okay, so this is referred to the locus. So what is the locus? Yeah, locus is a singular, loci is a plural. So what is a locus? A specific location of a gene in a chromosome. Okay, that is a location whereby the gene, yeah, the gene located there, yeah, in a chromosome. Okay, that is a locus, a specific location of a gene in a chromosome. Okay, I hope you can understand what is the meaning of the gene. Gene is a DNA segment located on the specific locus on a chromosome. Okay, what is allele? Allele is an alternative form of a gene. And it is also a gene but in alternative form, yeah, for a specific trait. Yeah, for a specific trait. Alright. So, this is referred to the gene locations on homologous chromosome. So, in the homologous, so this is referred to a pair of homologous chromosome. Okay, a pair of the homologous chromosome. Yeah. So, one is come from the father, another one is come from the mother. So, this is referred to the gene. Yeah, okay, gene. So, the gene. So, this is a gene located on the specific location we call as locus. Yeah, locus. So this is referred to the gene locus. Yeah, gene locus. Okay. So each gene is located on the same locus of a pair of homologous chromosome. Yeah, each gene is located on the same locus. Yeah, lokasinya, kedudukannya yang sama on a pair of a homologous chromosome. Okay, assuming that a gene on this locus controls a height characteristic. Okay, we assume that this gene on this locus controls a height characteristic. Yeah, so then this gene is represented by an allele that controls height. Yeah, okay, big T, okay, capital letter T or big T, okay, I call big T, yeah? Capital letter T or big T controls tall trait, whereas a small t controls dwarf trait. Alright, so this is referred to the allele. Yeah, so we assume that the gene here, yeah, on this locus is a height characteristic, right? Okay, so the capital letter T or the big T here represent the tall trait, yeah, the tall trait, and the small t here, and the small t control the dwarf trait. So this is we call as allele, yeah, allele. All right, okay. So what is allele? allele as alternative form of a gene. The whole thing here is a gene. What is a gene? It is a DNA segment on the chromosome, on the specific locus of the chromosome. Okay, so allele refer to the alternative form of the gene. So this allele represent the trait. If capital letter T or the big T represent the tall trait, if small t represent the dwarf trait. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. So this is referred to the chromosome. So the chromosome. So as we can see here, there is a few genes located. Located uh, on the several locus here. So this is referred to the gene controlling skin color, okay, and the gene controlling the tongue rolling, and the gene controlling the eye color here, the gene controlling the blood group. Right? Okay, so the whole thing here is chromosome. Okay, what is a gene? A gene is a short length of DNA or a DNA a segment on the chromosome which is a unit determining an inherited character. So the gene will determine the characteristics, the inherited character. It consists of chemical segment called deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA. Okay, that is referred to the gene. Right, let's go to the dominant alleles. Okay, what is a dominant allele? Okay, an allele which always shows its trait when it is present and suppress the effect of recessive allele. Okay, that is dominant allele. Dominant allele refer to the allele that always show its trait. Always show its trait, and it will suppress the effect of the recessive alleles. Okay, represented by a capital letter. Represented by a capital letter. Example, a big T or capital letter T represent for the tall trait. For the tall trait. Okay, if small t represent the dwarf trait. Okay, so we go to the recessive alleles. Okay, what is recessive allele? An allele which can show its trait when both alleles are recessive alleles. So recessive alleles only can show the traits when both alleles are recessive alleles. Okay, the effect of the recessive allele is suppressed by the presence of the dominant allele. So if there is a dominant allele, the effect of the recessive allele is suppressed by the dominant allele. So the recessive allele cannot show its trait. So the recessive allele represented by small letter. For example, small t for short or dwarf. Right? If small t represent the dwarf or short trait. Okay, dominant traits. Okay, what is the dominant traits? Okay, dominant traits expressed when both alleles are dominant allele or one dominant allele is paired with a recessive allele. Okay, I repeat, dominant traits. So dominant traits expressed when both alleles are dominant alleles or one dominant allele is paired with a recessive allele. Okay, so that is referred to the dominant traits. For example, tall is the dominant trait because capital letter T is a dominant allele. We go to the recessive trait. The recessive trait expressed if a recessive allele is paired with another recessive allele. Alright. So recessive allele, recessive traits. Expressed if a recessive allele is paired. Okay. For example, if small t that represent dwarf trait, paired with a small t, so it will express, it will show the traits yeah, which is referred to the dwarf traits. Yeah, if the recessive allele pair with the dominant allele, so that recessive allele will suppressed by the dominant allele. Yeah, so it cannot show its recessive traits. Alright, so what is the recessive traits? It is referred to the traits that express if a recessive allele is paired with another recessive allele. Okay, next we go to the phenotype. Phenotype refer to the observable characteristics, ya, ciri-ciri yang boleh diperhatikan ataupun boleh dilihat. Yeah, that is referred to the phenotype, yeah, or phenotype of an organism. For example, the purple color, purple flower. So purple flower is referred to the observable characteristic, yeah, the characteristic that can we see from an organism. Tall stem, round shape, straight hair, free earlobe. Okay, all of these are phenotype. Okay, what is a genotype? Genotype. Yeah, genotype uh, refer to the genetic composition. Yeah, so which is cannot be seen. Yeah, which is cannot be seen. So the genotype is a characteristic that refer to the that we cannot see. Yeah, we cannot see the characteristic. It is referred to the genetic composition. Yeah, it is referred to the genetic composition. Use small and capital letter as a symbol. Yeah, so the genotype will use small and capital letter as a symbol. Okay, later we will discuss more about this, right? Okay, example of the genotype. Yeah, so if the genotype is big T, that is represent the tall plant. Yeah, big T refer to the genotype, yeah, of a tall plant. So big T, small t also represent the tall plant. Okay, small t represent the short or dwarf plant. Okay, that is referred to the genotype. So this is referred to the genotype, the genetic composition, yeah, of an organism. Yeah. We go to the homozygotes and heterozygotes. Okay, homozygotes and heterozygotes. Okay, homo same, hetero different. Okay, homozygote. What is a homozygote? Both alleles at a loci of a pair of homologous chromosomes are the same. For example, big B or small b. Okay, that is homozygote when both alleles at the loci of a pair of homologous chromosomes are the same. Yeah, okay, for example, so this is referred to the alleles, yeah, alleles of a gene here, yeah, that represented by the big T. So when both of them are same alleles, which is big T, so they are called as homozygote. Yeah, homozygote. Okay, so because of they are big T is the dominant allele, so we call them as homozygote dominant. Yeah, homozygote dominant. Okay, and this one refer to the homozygote also. Okay, why homozygote? Because both of them has a same alleles, which is small h. Okay, so they are recessive alleles. Both of them are recessive alleles, so we call as homozygote recessive. Yeah, homozygote recessive. Okay, homo means same. Yeah, same alleles. Yeah, okay. Heterozygote. Alleles at the loci of a pair of homologous chromosomes are different. For example, big B, small b. Yeah, okay, alleles of a loci here. So this is referred to the gene. Yeah, so this is referred to the dominant allele that represented by the big F. So this one referred to the recessive allele they're represented by small f. So both of them are different allele. Yeah, one is dominant, another one is recessive. So we call as heterozygote. Okay, why heterozygote? Because they have a different allele. Yeah, at the locus. Yeah, okay, so the gene here has different alleles, right? Okay, so that is referred to the homozygotes and heterozygote. Okay, homozygote occur when both of the alleles at the loci are the same allele. Yeah, both of them whether dominant or recessive. If dominant allele we call as homozygote dominant. If recessive alleles we call as homozygote recessive. If there is a different alleles at the same locus, we call as heterozygote. Alright? Okay, next we go to the parental generations and filial generation. Okay, parental generation and filial generation. Okay, parental refer to the parent. Yeah, parental generation. Yeah. So what is a parental generation? It is refers to the first generation. Okay, first generation of two individuals which are mated to predict or analyze genotypes of their offspring. Okay, that is equal to the first generation. Yeah. Okay, filial generation. Filial generation refers to a successive generation as a result of mating between individuals of purebred parental generation. Okay, so that is referred to the first or the offspring produced, yeah, after mating or after cross between the purebred parental generation. That is filial generation. Yeah, it is referred to the successive generation or offspring that produce, yeah, offspring that produce from the cross of the parental generation, right? Okay, then we go to the purebreds and hybrids. Okay, what is a purebred? Okay, purebred refers to individual which carries two identical alleles for a trait. Yeah, so the purebred individual refer to the individual that carries two identical alleles for a trait. Yeah, for example, the individual carry big big T. Yeah, big T, or the individual carry small t. So they have two identical alleles for a trait. Yeah, star-cross always produce offspring with the same characteristic in every generation. Yeah, so the purebred plant the purebred plant are allowed to self-cross, yeah, to produce the purebred plant, right? Okay, and hybrid. Okay, what is a hybrid? Hybrid refers to the product of mating between two purebred varieties. Ya, okay. So hybrid kacukan ya, kacukan merujuk pada kacukan product of mating between two purebred varieties. For example, that we have been discussed in the last class, yeah, that the purebred plant, which is tall plant, yeah, and purebred dwarf plant, yeah, dwarf plant is crossed, and then it will produce the first filial generation. So the first filial generation is referred to the hybrid, yeah, referred to the hybrid plant. That's why uh, that uh, that cross we call as monohybrid, monohybrid cross or monohybrid inheritance. Why mono? Because it involves one, yeah, one characteristic, and hybrid refer to the product of the mating of the two purebred varieties. Alright. Okay, now so let's fill up this table. Okay. So this table refers to the relationship between character or characteristic, a phenotype, allele, genotype, homozygote and heterozygote. Okay, so let's take a look on the character of height. So we take height, right? Height is a character that has two different traits. Yeah, okay, so two contrasting traits, okay, which is tall stem. Yeah, tall stem is the dominant, right? And then another trait is short stem, which is a recessive. Okay, so the tall stem is represented by the big T, the allele that represents by the tall stem is a dominant allele, which is big T. Big T is a dominant allele. Okay, while the recessive allele represented by the small t. Okay, small t. And then you have to fill up what is the genotype for the tall stem. Yeah, what is the genotype for the tall stem? Okay, so there are two genotypes for the tall stem. Okay, can you find out? What is the answer for the genotype for the tall stem or for the tall trait? Okay, and then here refer to the genotype of the short trait. Yeah, okay, and then please fill up the type of the genotype. Okay, and then we go to the seed color here. Okay, seed color character. It has two contrasting trait, which is yellow and also green seed. So the yellow seed is a dominant, while the green seed is a recessive. So the yellow trait, is represented by the dominant allele, which is big Y. Small y represent the recessive allele, of the green trait. Okay, please fill up. Please try to fill up. All right. Okay, so this is the answer. Yeah, so this is referred to the answer. Alright, okay, now we go to the dominant trait first, which is tall stem. Okay, so which is tall stem? So this is referred to the phenotype. Okay, phenotype which is tall. Yeah, tall. And then we go to the genotype or the genetic composition of the tall stem. Yeah, so there is a two different genotype. Okay, what are they? They are big T, big T, big T, small t. Yeah, big T, big T, big T, small t. So type of the genotype here, big T is homozygote dominant. Okay, whereas the big T small t here is heterozygote. Why heterozygote? Because they have two different alleles at the same locus. Okay, here is homozygote because they have two identical alleles, which is big T, and they are dominant. Yeah, because big T. Okay, next here. So this refers to the genotype for the short trait, yeah, which is small t, small t. So this is homozygote recessive. Okay, and this one for the seed color. So this refers to the yellow color of the seed, yeah, yellow seed here. Right, so there are two different genotypes represent the yellow seed. Okay, what are they? First is big Y, which is homozygote dominant. Okay, and then big Y and small y, which is heterozygote. Okay, so can you see here the small y here is recessive, but it cannot show, it cannot show the traits because the small y is suppressed. There is a recessive, so the effect of the recessive is suppressed by the dominant allele, which is big Y here. Yeah, so it will show yellow. Yeah, yellow traits because there is a presence of the dominant alleles here. Right. Okay, and then green seed here. Yeah, green seed. There is only one genotype, which is a small y, small y. It is homozygote recessive. Alright, okay, I think that's all for now. I hope you can understand the terms related to the inheritance. Okay, please do your mind map. Okay, try to write the terms many times until you do really understand the terms, and you do you know where you are going to use the terms. Yeah, all right. Okay, okay, that's all for now. Thank you, girls. Take care, everyone.